Do you feel like you've been in the waiting season for that promised land for far too long and you just don't know how to keep going? Do you feel like you're facing one thing after another, after expecting to already be living out that promise, and now here you are in another war? Did you think that your promise was actually coming to pass, and now you feel like the enemy has actually made some ground in your life after you thought you were past all that? If that is you, let me encourage you. God does not go back on his word, and God does not lie. If he has promised you something, if you know that you're about to enter in to the promised land, you are possessing the land that your father promised you, but you also feel discouraged, weary, overwhelmed. If you're feeling those things, if you're not sure if you can keep holding on, if you can keep up the faith, remember that he says that he is your place of refuge. He is your place of refuge. Not he is your refuge. He is, but he is your place of refuge. So what do you do when a storm is coming, when a tornado is coming? What do you do? We just had tons of tornadoes hit us in Florida. You run to a place of safety where you're shielded from the harm. What do you do when there's a storm? You board up your windows. We do that when a hurricane is coming. We go to our place of safety. We go to it. It is an intentional act to go to that place that you are safe. There are signs when you are under attack. There are signs that the enemy is close. There are signs that the enemy is trying to distract you, to discourage you, to cause you to be depressed and sad and feel like you can't keep holding on. When you see those signs, you run to your place of safety. What I like to do is put my headphones on and put worship music on so that it feels very close and everything else is drowned out. And I get with my journal and my pen and I listen for the Lord. I look into the Spirit. I praise his name. In his presence, there is fullness of joy despite the storms that are happening all around you. The enemy wants you to think that the war is raging, so much so that you're not going to make it into the promised land. But he's doing that because he's afraid that you are. And if he can trick you and discourage you and distract you and get you off course, then maybe he can keep you from it. He's terrified that you're going to possess the land that God promised you. So when you start to feel things that aren't from the Father, get into his presence. Go to your place of refuge and pray for you to feel that promise, which is that the Holy Spirit is your comforter and your guide. And the Holy Spirit dwells inside of you. So you pray and you say, Father, I am seeking you as my place of refuge to shelter me from the storm. May I feel the presence of your Holy Spirit that brings me comfort and that will guide me in what I should do. Because you don't have to ask for it, because it's a promise that you already have it. It's that you need to be able to recognize it. Don't be discouraged. Great things are ahead for those that have been faithful.